Yo, what's going on, guys? It's NetTrades, and I know I've talked a lot about investing on my channel, but the main topic of this channel is actually going to be day trading. Before I get into more complex strategies and deeper research and talks about day trading, I just want to get into some of the misconceptions and clear those out the way. No, day trading is not something that's just going to get you rich tomorrow. If you're just looking into this to make a little quick buck, I don't think day trading is for you, because just like anything, day trading is something that you actually really have to firmly understand, fundamentally understand, if you really are going to want to grasp the concepts. I try to think of day trading in the markets in general sort of like mathematics. The way I'm trying to connect this to mathematics is, in mathematics, if you don't understand what you are learning, you are screwed big time. If all the equations and numbers are just that to you, they're just equations and numbers, and you don't understand where they intimately come from and what represents and what they represent, you will never fully understand and you'll never be able to fully succeed. And I believe day trading is exactly the same. It is a skill that you have to put tons of work into if you even want to be able to compete at all. Because you got to think about it, they're paying the big dogs the big bucks to do this. So it's just like the NFL, right? They're paying people in the NFL the big bucks because they are the best in the world, and there's a reason they're getting paid the most. So like, you wouldn't go out there and just try to like compete with a regular NFL guy or like an NBA guy in 24-hour fitness. You know what I mean? It's not gonna work out for you. Just like how if you just try to jump into day trading with no practice, no knowledge, and no real understanding, it will never work out for you. Now, the topic of today's video is, I kind of want to just talk a lot about how day trading is like presumed a lot as a scam and how this could be presumed. So I'm going to show you guys things like this. So I spend a lot of time coding my own strategies, and the reason I do this is not so I can make it a automized thing. I just want to be able to programmatically backtest on a longer period of time, and I can't be able to do this if I'm doing it manually. While I was coding my strategy, I found out a lot of things that really made me open my eyes a lot about trading. So if I'm going to show you guys right here, I'll show you guys. This is one of my strategies that I've coded. Yes, I can see it's very overwhelming. It's tons of trades. But if we come down here into the strategy tester, you can see here that we're 50% profitable with a profitable RR. So you can see here that we do make money, right? But this is only over, you can see here, 2,500 trades here. So what happens when I do deep back testing and we go from over a year worth of time? Let's see if we are still green. And now you see here we had a little bit of green time, but it all came into the red. Alright, and we can see this on turn off deep back testing. Even if we just come over here to a different ticker, SPY, you can see here that even we had a good green run like this, and then it came down red. So the way I like to think about this is going into this casino. So when you go into the casino, you always have an edge against you. The house always has an edge on you, if that makes sense. And it's the same in the market. The market always has an edge. I think if you're coming into the market with no edge, it's harder than gambling. I think it's easier to gamble and put your money on red, but I guess that's like up for debate. But what I just want to show you guys here is it's very easy to get a false sense of confidence, because what trading is it's all a statistical probability and anomaly. So there is always a statistical chance that you will make it green in the first month, year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you don't have an edge on the market, you will always lose in the long run, no matter how long. So this is why I want to talk a lot about how day trading is a scam, because it's kind of a scam where like people see that they can make money. It's possible to make money here in the first run, especially like how I showed you here on Tesla. Look, we make all this money, but as soon as I turn on deep backtesting and go for longer than 2,500 trades, I go from 2,500 trades. So let's see how many it wants to give us. 31,000 trades. You can see that it worked for a while, but it doesn't actually work because we do not have an edge in the market. In things like this, where look, oh, you run it up and then you come down and then we run it back up again, that gives traders a sense of confidence that shouldn't really exist, if that makes sense. And that makes people like ICT or TJR, or I'm not trying to call those people out, but a bunch of these other YouTubers or like influencers, their strategies could work for a while, and you could see, yes, they do make money, but if over time you're losing money, you don't have an edge, so what I'm trying to basically explain is that there's always a statistical probability and a statistical chance that you will have beginner's luck, and it shows here, and it shows here that you do have beginner's luck, but at the end of the day, if you don't have an edge, you will wear it out. So I'm not trying to make this video to demotivate any day traders. I actually personally have my whole career made off day trading. I'm a 19-year-old. I've just moved into my first property. I have watches, I have assets, I have things like that. I have long-term portfolios, and I'm not saying all that's a flex, but I'm saying that day trading has actually helped me out a lot. But it's because I took it very, very more serious in a way than just going and watching some YouTube videos will ever explain to you. All right, and that's the whole point of my YouTube video, is to try to break down this process that I've worked my way and cried my way and bled my way through. And now I'm here, and I just want to show you guys a little bit of what I've learned. I'm not trying to sell anything or any of that. This is not financial advice, but what I do want to encourage you guys to do is, this isn't a bad thing. Being able to deep back test like this and see how your assets will, your strategy will perform on a long period of time, this is never a bad thing. You can see I can go back years here. I can generate a report, but this isn't a bad thing. Want to know why this is a good thing? Because we can find an edge using this. And in one of my later videos, I'm going to teach you guys how to code your strategy, not my strategy. I'm going to teach you how to turn your strategy into code. And the reason that is very special is because in TradingView here, we can, you see, put a little bit of code into there, and then it'll come back and you'll be able to, you see, run back testing on your code. And the reason this is very, very, very important is because this helps us find slight adjustments and tweaks that can make our strategy and our edge. Remember what I talked about earlier, our edge. That's what we want. It can help us find edge, real edge, over a long period of time, not just manually tracking it for the past 10 days and you're making money. Because like I said earlier, that's all statistical anomalies. It's possible. It's a probability that it can happen. So you can never get too cocky without knowing if your edge is actually real. And the way we know our edge is real, I will teach you guys how to code your strategy. Even if you have no idea how to code, I'll teach that in my upcoming videos. So if you're interested in that, make sure you do subscribe. But like I said, we can find if we have edge over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and if we do have real edge in the market, we will make money. Just like how casinos stay in business because they have an edge over everyone who walks in, we will stay in business because we will have an edge over the market every single time we walk in. And it's statistically proven, quantitatively proven, not just because some guru ICT told you or because the astrology aligns that way. We have statistical facts behind it. Anyways, guys, this is just a quick little yap sesh, and you guys don't have to listen to me at all, like I said. But I'm not trying to dismotivate traders at all. Like I said, I'm really trying to motivate you guys and help you guys understand things that took me a while to understand. Anyways, this was NetTrades, and I really appreciate you making it to the end of the video. As always, peace.